men control women, or is it what's going on today? You're starting to see more and more women complain about the modern dating environment. You can look on any channel on any given day and you can hear women talking about, well, I'm sitting here at home on Friday and I'm all alone and I have nothing else to do. And it's so sad that, everybody has somebody to be with. And women, average women, are starting to complain about the lack of men and dates. And guess what? Just like a snowball effect, it's gone from the below average women to the average women. And I'm talking about women who used to could date, somewhat consistently, used to could have adult relations somewhat consistently. And now average women are just kind of starting to hear why. Because average women aren't with the men they should be with. They're all looking at Mr. High Value. The high value men, or the men of value, the D20, the top 20% of men. Then what ends up happening? If the below average and average women are all looking for the D20 men, the top 20% of men, what happens? The women that normally are with these men are having to compete because these men have more access. And yes, these men will hook up with these women. They will have sex with these women. They will kick it. And guess what? What you're starting to see is the Pareto principle. 80% of women, the top 100% of women wanting the top 20% of men, the top 20% of men having an abundance of options. To now you're even starting to see women who consider themselves to be pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, pretty or beautiful, complain. It's all over TikTok. So that brings us to this article that I saw on New York Post. Men with the golden peen syndrome are ruining dating for women. You know what? This basically saying, and this thing was written by a guy who's telling a dating book. But the bottom line is, ladies, beware. Beware of Mr. Everything, because he has options and he's not taking any prisoners. Beware of the college cad. Men with college degrees are becoming so cocky that they're ruining romance for their female counterparts. Just 40% of college students are male, meaning that they are in short supply and in high demand when it comes to dating. The lack of competition among these men develop into golden peen syndrome, an arrogance that stems from the assumption that there's a steady supply of females that are sexually interested in them. The golden syndrome has led smug males to engage in dastardly dating practices such as cheating and ghosting because they're confident another woman will be around. Let's get right down to it. I think it's interesting that you beta males are so quick to jump on men for doing the things that women have asked for. First of all, when the ratios are in women's favor, you don't call women dastardly for engaging in hypergamous behavior. You don't call the female of the species smug for recognizing that her value is high and exercising it as many options. No, it's called being smart. Ghosting, cheating has been the purview of modern women for the last 10 plus years. So now, because the Pareto principle is fully in effect, because this is the way women chose it to be, women chose to focus on the top 20% of men, and the men who have made it into the top 20% of men have access to 100% of the women at all times. You can't be upset that men are understanding that it's to the environment, it's to their favor. So it says, when men are undersupplied, the dating culture becomes less monogamous. Well, no, it goes back to normal. Dating has always been dumb. Monogamy was a recent construct. Something else. Men are more likely to treat women as sexual objects and treat them as disposable. Like women treat men as success objects and treat them as utilities. You see how unbalanced this limp-wristed article is? How unbalanced it is? Not only do these men treat their dates badly, they're also less inclined to put effort into their physical appearance or sexual performance. No, they don't put effort into their sexual performance because they're busy trying to conquer the world and remain in the top 20%. The guys who put all the emphasis in their sexual performance are the guys in the lower 20% because that's all they have. And like it or not, the guys in the top 20% put an overemphasis on their appearance because it's what keeps them pre-select. But because the guy who wrote this article is in that lower percentile and he's jealous of the guys in the top 20%, he's trying to demonize them.